You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up? Are we there, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's episode 207. Not sure what's going on with the video work right now, but here I go. It's me. It's Red. We back again. Episode 207. And boy, what a week. Seems like we got a lot of performances going on this week, man. Everybody acting out, a lot of showing out. So why don't I just keep it with a movie theme this week? I see. We had Billy and Tommy's high school reunion going on in Foxborough this week. Let's see. We got Urban Meyer doing his little dirty dancing Patrick Swayze impression up in Ohio this week. We got John Gruden auditioning for his little 12 Years a Slave extra part this week. We got a lot of college and NFL recap football going on this week. So I guess they're oh Lord, oh Mr. What allowed. Anyway, we got a lot of college and NFL recap this week. We got a lot of Braves report this week. HBCU report. To keep from messing up my monologue anymore, let's go ahead and start the show. Episode 207. We about to start it right now. Got my popcorn ready. Got my popcorn ready. Ready to start. Hello, fellas.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red Rev Sports Show. I'm coming to you live from Maryland. Coach Red. I'm coming to you live from the ATL.
Shout it.
We're giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen?
Real sports knowledge.
Sports knowledge. So come on, hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and the coach for episode 207 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, we're going to turn to our numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone related to 207. What you got for us, Coach?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to break protocol this week. Y'all they've been banned, but I'm bringing back a man who received his first Pro Bowl honor in 2007 as a young quarterback. He is number 7 in your hearts and number 7 in mine. My buddy, Big Ben Roethlisberger, 207. I knew it was coming.
Oh, my goodness.
I knew I had to break protocol. I couldn't let my boy, he's suffering right now, so I had to give him some kind of love.
Now, what's the reference? I know his number's number 7.
No, I said he won his first Pro Bowl in 2007. He achieved his first Pro Bowl. So.
Coach, that was one of your worst ones. That was one of your worst ones. If
really, it's becoming sad. He said no Pittsburgh Steelers in this thing. No Pittsburgh Steelers mean no Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, talking about I'm gonna break protocol, then say gonna use the quarterback. I can see you breaking protocol, for an old time classic player, but breaking protocol for Big Ben having one of his worst seasons yet. Yeah, this is one of your worst ones, Coach.
Coach.
You just love the Steelers, boy. You just can't get the Steelers off your heart, man.
That's the first Steelers reference in about 20 weeks. I let them alone.
Oh, you got to keep it going. You got to keep it going to prove that it's not an obsession with you.
Well,
I understand. You're a Falcons fan. I understand you're frustrated. I understand. It's okay.
We ain't got that many good players, so you just can't start throwing all your great players in our face now.
One player.
Man. Now, Coach. We understand you're struggling now because your Steelers aren't having the best season. And I know you're trying to keep hope alive. And, to bring a reference about Big Ben when he is playing terribly, come on, man. You got to accept the fact that the Steelers are down, and you can't try to find a reason to pick them up on the show, all right? It is what it is. So, we're going to let you pass on this one.
Coach, I got a better one for you. You could have just said number 20, Barry Foster, who played 7 seasons with Pittsburgh. There you go.
Well,
Barry Foster. The big running back, Barry Foster. Could have said number 20, number 7.
All right, man.
He played. Didn't he win his number 20, Barry Foster?
Yeah, I don't think it's number 20.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why am I sitting up here trying to do Pittsburgh Steelers trivia, man? Coach, it's weighing up on me now. It got me thinking about Pittsburgh.
But see, you don't even realize that Coach got you where he wants you because you just told him he couldn't do anything with Steelers, and then you giving him a Steelers tutorial.
Oh, he won't never mind, Coach. Barry wore number 29. I thought he wore number 20. My bad, y'all. I thought he wore number 20. He wore number 29. I was trying to help Coach out.
All right, let's move on, man.
Yeah, I'm through with the Steelers. I don't talk about the Steelers no more.
All right, let's welcome Reverend Night Nation. What's up, Tim Thompson? What's up, Sister Sylvia Harris, Shaniqua Green out of South Carolina? Welcome. Miss Ellie Williams. Welcome. The Vice President has chimed in, Vincent Woodruff, and he's officially slamming down the gavel. The TRRSS is in session. I'm still trying to figure out how the Vice President puts down the gavel.
Exactly. I'm saying he's doing the president job. Which night court.
If the president don't have a problem with it, we shouldn't have a problem with it either.
What is this, night court or something?
Vincent Woodruff is giving Coach the blues. Here's the Pittsburgh reference. What's up, J.D. Woods? What's up, Maurice Thrower from Good Morning from Tampa, Florida? The governor of Reverend Night Nation is here. I see we got some more
governor
since last week.
Not with the way the Miami team's been playing. You ain't the governor of nothing.
All right. Vincent say he has another name for Big Ben, but Mama Harris and Miss Yvonne, the president. Thank you for respecting our elders.
I got another name for you. Nah.
Uh-oh. Come on, Coach.
Vincent said Coach just had a senior moment.
I'm a senior now.
Good morning, Mr. Lance, Southern grad. What's going on, bro? Maurice said, throw us on, Coach. You could have used Michael Vick. He wore 7 with the Falcons and 2 with the Steelers. Vincent said, Coach sent a lift me up for them Steelers. Coach Tomlin said, Coach of Texas said, holla at your boy. Vincent said, Red, you're not making this situation any better. Maurice Thrower said Barry Foster wore number 29. And they own you about Barry Foster, Red.
No.
Sister Harris came in to Coach's rescue. Y'all chastised Coach long enough. The president has joined in, coming to you from Okefenokee Swamp, TTCPR, to Thirsty Crocodiles. Hashtag Gatorade. That's pretty clever.
That was good. That was a good one, man.
Shouldn't represent you in the courtroom. You're going to jail. He just co-signed on that double nickel that you're about to get. The fan added good morning to you. Glad that you're joining in. Thomas has delegated duties to the VP. The president then proceeds. All right, as long as y'all got that thing worked out, who am I to get in the Reverend Night Nation's way? Let's see. The president is not present. The VP acts in the absence of the president. Sounds like some Robert's Rules of Orders right there that Sister Harris is trying to bring out. But nevertheless, welcome, Reverend Night Nation. You all continue to send your comments, make us laugh. You all are a great part of the show, and we appreciate you all. Armani is stuck in traffic, so we don't know if he can make an appearance today.
Oh, Lord.
But nevertheless, we're going to press on and move forward. And you all know how we get down. We're going to do our dope, nope, and coke moments. There'll be no sound effects right now because I'm out of town and I did not bring another device. So we're going to just have to roll what we have. So I hope y'all excuse no sound effects on tonight. So this morning, rather. So Red may try to provide his own sound effects like he's been able to do in previous shows. So we'll see. But nevertheless, let's go right into it, gentlemen. Coach, let's see if you bounce back from that disaster of a numbers game that you put forth and give us your dope moment. What are you doping on today?
I once again got to go with my girl, Diana Taurasi, who led her team, who didn't think anybody thought they could beat the Las Vegas Aces, but she has led her team to the WNBA Finals, and she was shooting lights out from the three-point line in the fourth quarter, hitting 5 of them to lead her team to victory. So I'm going to go again with Diana Taurasi, who at 39 is defying the odds.
Oops. All right, Coach is going with Diana Taurasi, who defies the odds. Good one, Coach. Red, who you rolling with your dope moment?
Well, instead of Coach's girl, I'm a dope on Ozzy Albies' girl. Woo! Did y'all see her this week? Oh my God. Ozzy Albies' girlfriend, she is hot, banging, smoking. Woo! I'm gonna tell you what she led him to this week. She led this man to have 30 home runs this season, over 100 RBIs, one of the best seasons ever for a second baseman. Already the Braves all-time leader in second baseman for hits, home runs, and average. Ozzy Albert, your girlfriend is coaching you up, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. But you better come through tonight, because yesterday in game 2. But hey, with her, I got a feeling that you're going to redeem yourself tonight, man. Ozzy Albers, whoo, that girlfriend is hot. Love it. Yeah.
We see that Red is living vicariously through Ozzy Albies. I didn't know we were dreaming about other people's women at our age, but nevertheless, it is what it is.
You see,
I'm gonna dope on real quickly the Rays player who stole home, Randy Arozarena and Randy Arozarena. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. First player still home in a playoff game since the late great Jackie Robinson. So big ups to brother Randy in Tampa for stealing home in a playoff game. The first time it's been done since Jackie Robinson. All right.
Good one, Red. Good one.
Red, who are you noping on?
Noping on Vic Fangio for the Denver Broncos. I'm sorry, coach. Maybe you don't learn the rules of the game. Rules of the game are to play 48 minutes. Okay? No, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. 48 minutes. My bad. 60 minutes. Sorry, y'all. I'm thinking about basketball. Rules of the game are 60 minutes, coach. Not 57 minutes, not 58 minutes. I'm sorry. You don't want the Ravens to break records on you? Then you need to shut your mouth, coach your team up, and stop him, okay? I'm so sick of these coaches and these unwritten rules and these about, the game is over. So spare me. No, I ain't sparing you. I'm going to beat the brakes off of you until the time runs out. No compassion, no heart, no mercy. You understand that? You want me to stop? You stop me. Until then, I'm going to roll all over you. So sorry defense. That's right, Ravens. Break that record on Denver Broncos defense. They ain't going to stop you where you stop them. Just roll right over them. That's right, Vic Fangio complaining about the Ravens playing to the end. I have a big problem with that. So tell your team to play better.
All right, Red. You gave us a part of Armani's time.
What is our money anyway? Stuck in traffic. Yeah, right. He is solitary confinement.
I am noping on one Jared Cole. You cannot be the ace of a franchise and come to the plate, or to the mound rather, and only throw 2 innings. Didn't even make it to the 3rd inning. Gave up 3 runs in a do-or-die game. That is not any good hype right there. And Jared Cole, pitcher of the New York Yankees, fails against the Boston Red Sox, their nemesis. And people in New York are outraged by his performance. So Jared Cole, you get my note moment for this week. You got to do better, brother. You cannot allow yourself to pitch in a big game and not step up to the plate. All right, Coach.
Trade deadline for him.
Who are you noping on?
My no moment goes to one Lane Kiffin, who continues to show why he's a great offensive coach on the field, but off the field, he's an idiot. With his picture of popcorn, talking about thank you to all the fans at Alabama and appreciate it. Trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny. And he ain't going to try to cover it up till my life is too short to be serious. Coach, you never serious about anything. That's why you keep going from job to job. Somebody needs to stop hiring you. Lane Kiffin.
All right, Coach is not feeling brother Lane Kiffin, who was a big butt of jokes where he said, get your popcorn ready. And I still trying to get my popcorn ready for that anemic performance Ole Miss put against Alabama. Matter of fact, my popcorn burned waiting for Ole Miss to show up to the game. But anyway, we'll move on as I digress. And I am coping on the fact that I have to watch other teams score points in the fourth quarter. When I watch the Los Angeles Rams play the Seattle Seahawks, I see Matt Stafford put 10 points on the board in crunch time against the Seahawks when my quarterback here in Atlanta scores 0 points for the last 14 minutes in the fourth quarter, allows an 8-point lead to evaporate, and puts the onus on the Falcons defense down the stretch where the Falcons go, I think, 2 3-and-outs to end the game. And then we see that the Washington football team, who doesn't even have a last name, they come into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and beat the Atlanta Falcons, man. I'm sorry I had to witness that in person. It's sad. But that's my Coke moment, and it's going to be the way it is until the Matt Ryan era is no longer in existence here in Atlanta.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, Coach, what are you coping on, man?
Well, I'm coping for the poor Seattle Seahawks, who for the first time in his career, Russell Wilson will not be under center for them for the next 4 to 8 weeks because of that finger injury he suffered. And Seattle, I don't know what you're going to do, but guess what? You got Geno Smith.
Coach, I'm not going to let you get away with pulling an Armani. All right, that's one of our topics. And you clearly just pulled an Armani right there. So
it's over. The shark has been jumped.
I just want to let you know the next time Armani does it, you can't give him a hard time because
the shark has been jumped. I got a backup one though, Rev.
No, that's okay. You exhausted it.
Yeah.
You exhausted it. All right, Red, what are you coping on, sir?
Okay. I'm coping on football fans have to continuously watch these idiotic players run down the field with balls in their hand, get right to the sideline, and flip the ball back without even going into the end zone. We saw it this week with a South Carolina player. Oh, my God. We see it all the time in the NFL with Deshaun Jackson. And we see it again with other college players, these little D2 and little small schools. What is going on? Are these coaches coaching this stuff up? Dog, you take the ball across the end zone line. You don't flip it back like you're Michael Corleone flipping the gun back in The Godfather after you just had 2 big-time whacks. No, you carry the ball across the goal line and you hand it to the ref or you do a dance. You don't run to the edge of the goal line, flip it back. Yeah, I scored. Yeah, start dancing. Ha, ha, look at me. No, dummy, you didn't even score. I swear if that happened to one of my teams, I swear if it happened to the Bulldogs or Falcons, you guys won't hear the end of it. We're going to have to cut FCCs because Red going to come on here and cuss somebody out. Players, stop flipping the ball at the 1-yard line. Cross the goal line. Then you flip the ball. You can flip your body. You can do whatever. But score a touchdown first. God, thank God I ain't a USC South Carolina fan because I would be T.I. red right now.
Boy, you have definitely brought your venom to the show today. That's 2 rants in record time. You are on your 8 rant game today. There is no doubt about it. All right, I think that's it, man, for our dope note and cope moment for this week. We got to see what the Revenite Nation talking about. So let's see what the Revenites are talking about this particular week.
I all about them. I ain't heard from them in so long.
All right, here we go. Let's see. As we get to it, Sister Sylvia Harris is doping on the fact that basketball season is back. Vincent Woodruff doping on Bubba Wallace, period. He wins.
Oh, yeah. Got him a win this week.
Talladega, even though it was short and it's still a win, being one of the first blacks to win a race in some, like in the 60s, I think. It's been a long, long time.
Yep.
Red Lance has a message for you. Thou shalt not covet. Miss Ellie Von Williams. Red, you didn't get that one?
What are you talking about?
That's a commandment. That's
Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to figure out what did I say to get him to say that though.
Who are you? Who were you admiring?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Sister Ellie Von Williams is doping on Metro Atlanta's native Justin Fields is now the starting QB for the Chicago Bears, and I hope that he's able to be upright before the season is ended, because that offensive line is terrible. Thomas Holcomb, the president, is doping on Bubba Wallace. Same thing as Vincent Woodruff, driver to win a race at the top tier of NASCAR. Michael Jordan is also part owner of the team. That is all dope. Vincent is giving you some advice, Red. Calm down, slobbering after. Maurice Cole is doping on the fact Brittany Griner's blocked in the WNBA playoffs to help her team win epic stuff. You know what? For the first time this week, I actually watched maybe about 2 or 3 minutes of the WNBA, more so the Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury. It wasn't half bad basketball, actually. It wasn't half bad. Yeah, I did watch. Good. Yeah. The president says Urban Meyer, he's about to get another health issue, and it'll involve the proctologist due to his wife put.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
I told you, he saved his life with that dance last week.
Yeah, but Vincent Woodruff's noping on John Gruden, really do. But then again, why are we surprised? They hid this for 10 years. We do not accept your apology. This all sounds about white. Nothing will happen. We'll talk about that a little later. Red, calm down. It's okay. Relax. That's your brother Dante giving you some advice. Lance Bill Brewers, no problem.
I'm ignoring Dante.
Arthur Smith. We may as well have Arthur Fonzarelli at this point.
Not the Fonz.
Maurice Thrower.
That was his full name.
The Brooklyn Nets to Kyrie Irving, either get vaccinated or just go away. Thomas Holcomb, the president, coping on Falcons continue to falcon. The VP is coping on Jimmy Gigolo slurpers. Your days are numbered. The end is near. Trey Lance era has begun. Now, we're not going to get on the VP for using area as opposed to era. Come on, VP.
Yeah, VP got you, buddy. Yeah.
The Trey Lance area.
Yeah, it's area code, not area. We're not talking about location, Vincent. We're talking about the era, time. So get it together, buddy. Talking about time, not location.
Yeah, I couldn't let that one slip because
area code.
He's on us real hard, so we had to get him right there. Because
hey, Rev, he's thinking about Ludacris. He's thinking about Ludacris. Different area code. Area code.
We had to get you, Vince. We had to get you. That was a good one, Red. Lance is coping on it may be the end of the road for both my Dodgers and the Braves. They just down one game. Lance, come on, man. Keep on. It's the best 3 out of 5.
Isaac girl got him. We're going to win tonight.
All right. Vincent Woodruff, coach breaking protocol, pulling from the Armani playbook, no doubt about it. He be trying to get on Armani, but he's admiring Armani's work on the show on the slide. Joe Black, what's going on?
Joe Black.
Over there on YouTube. We trying to work it out, man. We're going to get you on Facebook sooner than later. He's noping on Urban Meyer. I shall dub the Redrick Runtus on his.
Thanks, Thomas.
Maurice Thrower coping onto our ears. We got to hear the sound effects from Red's fence riding reins.
Oh Lord!
You shut you and your sorry Miami teams up, telling me to chip for you and your teams.
Miss Ellie Von Williams is coping on LSU. Announced Friday that it is lifting its COVID-19 entrance protocols, beginning with the home matchup against the Florida Gators on October 16th. That's crazy.
But y'all be having some good ones, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. And that will indeed become officially, as Lance said, a super spreader event. That's crazy, man. I don't understand that at all. All right, gentlemen, let's go real quickly.
Well, you got to keep your mask on.
We got a little time. Were there any highlights that stood out to you as we finished week 5 of the NCAA week on last week? We know that, Coach, you received some heat before the show was even over last week because of your pick with Arkansas. So help us understand what happened to Arkansas against Georgia between the hedges last week.
Well, when you come out there and what they say, scared money don't win no money, and that's what it looked like, a scared team out there. They were scared to do anything. Look like they didn't want to throw. I need to quote Jim Moore. We couldn't throw the ball. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't defend the pass. We couldn't defend the run. We sucked. We absolutely sucked. That's Jim Moore could have said that about them. And then I could even go so far to what's the old coach, John Robinson, when they talked about not Robinson, they talked about Tampa Bay. Should your team? How do you like your team's execution? He said, "I'm in favor of it." That's what Arkansas looked like this past week. They were executed, and overall, the NCAA top 10. It was a lot of teams got butchered last week. It was a lot of cutting and beating up teams in the top 10. So it's a shakeup, and it's some names at the top that you wouldn't expect to be in the top 10 this year. So it's like a go ahead. I'm sorry.
So would you consider Oregon officially a fraud? They go and beat Ohio State, then they come back and lose a game that they should have won last week.
Yes. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. They're done. Ha-ha. Good for them. Have a nice day, Oregon. Don't come back. Don't mail. We're not mailing you anything. You may get a Rose Bowl bid, maybe, but you're out. No more playoff for you. If I told y'all, if it ain't USC, I hope all of them get beat. That's all I can say, because I do not like anybody in the Pac-12. I'm not a Pac-12 supporter at all. Only USC.
We see.
All right, real quick, Red, I'm coming to you in just a moment. Armani says, "What's up, fellas? Sorry can't be with us. He's stuck in this Virginia traffic." Man, you live like in Chesapeake. I didn't know you were in Richmond or somewhere, brother. I didn't know.
Still, where our money lives these days. That's where you got different spots.
In that area, man. You know, I'm in the D.C. area. That's where traffic is, man. It took me.
Oh my goodness!
I had to drive all the way from Baltimore to Gaithersburg yesterday. That took me an hour. Then when I went to the Howard game from Gaithersburg, it took me 40 minutes. That's some real traffic. I got to see, man. He must be doing his honey-do list and doesn't want to tell anybody that the wife banned him from being on the program today. It's okay, Armani, to tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. No, whatever.
I won't be the first friend that got banned from social media.
Just make sure you text your picks, please, so that you can stay in the running. All right? Just text your picks, rather. All right. Kentucky is moving up in the national rankings, number 14 from 20-something. Go Cats. That means something to her because she's from Lexington, Kentucky, if anybody was wondering why Miss Harris has lifted up the UK Wildcats in football. Normally, we associate them with basketball, but they are undefeated presently right now, so she's excited about it. Lieutenant Colonel Sonar is flying that drone. What'd you say, Bissy? Lieutenant Colonel Sonar's wife thinks he's down the street.
Flying the drone. You ready for a bombing run?
There it is. Don't tell my business. I'm going to tell you, brother. I can tell when a wife is calling some shots right now. All right. Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny. And Sister Harris is letting y'all know UK is Armani. All right, so let me go to you, Red, real quickly. So Oregon was the cream of the crop initially in the Pac-12. I think everybody in the Pac-12 now has a loss. We know that the ACC, everybody has a loss. So now, are we just dealing with three, or is it three? Yeah, 3 conferences and 2 teams from the SEC going into the college playoffs, the way it's looking like right now, where you got the Big 12, because you still got Oklahoma who's undefeated. You got the SEC. You got Georgia. And you have Alabama undefeated. And right now, even though one of these teams won't be undefeated after today, you got Iowa and Penn State who are still undefeated, and one will remain undefeated. So is that what we're looking at right now?
Well, unfortunately for Cincinnati, yeah. And that's a shame because the Cincinnati team, they are really impressing me. This Ritter kid, oh my God, going into Notre Dame, going into South Bend last week and getting the win over Notre Dame, that was probably my big time moment of last week. And then they came back last night and put the whooping on Temple, a team they should have put the whooping on 52-3. So, man, it seemed like Cincinnati is gonna be, just get ready, because Cincinnati is gonna have a lot to be arguing about at the end of the season if they ride this team all the way to undefeated. And I don't know how you could keep them out, but they probably gonna try to keep them out though. But personally, I would think they should have, if they go the whole season undisputed, Cincinnati, it should be UGA, Alabama, Cincinnati, and then the rest of the field. Maybe the ACC champion. I'm a fan of winning, and that's why I'm ready for them to expand these playoffs, because you got to look out for some of these other schools. I mean, you can't just have. If the Power Five is having an off year, then why not have a team that's having an up year or unexpected year and give them a chance at the trophy? I'm always for giving as many teams a chance at the title as possible. I like to spread the love around. I'm not always about the same teams winning every year, unless they my teams. But other than that, I like to spread it around. Cincinnati should have just a shot at the national championship as us or Alabama, because they winning. And win should matter. So, but you know how it is. Money talks, and that common sense BS walks a lot of the times, because it's all about the money with these guys. So, man, it seemed like for the most part, it seemed like everything gonna fit nice and tightly, except for Cincinnati, because I think they might run the table. If Cincinnati runs the table, we're gonna have a problem at the end. If they get beat sometime, or if they just lose one game, then they can't complain. But if they run the table, they're gonna have a definitely good argument to be inside that college playoff.
Well, I think here's the danger for Cincinnati. Their title hopes or ability to go to the college playoffs will play on what Notre Dame does. And if Notre Dame is proven to be a fraud, that Notre Dame win means absolutely nothing. So they need Notre Dame to only lose one game. If Notre Dame finishes this season having lost 3-4 games, then that win gets them out of there. And as long as you got an undefeated SEC, and whoever loses the game between Georgia and Alabama, depending if it's a close game, they're going to get in. And then you got the Big 12. The Big 12, they got to hope Oklahoma loses. And then also there's a two-loss team coming out the Big 12 as a champion, and then hope that nobody like Ohio State or Penn State or Iowa loses.
They probably need them to lose twice.
They got to hope that they lose 2 games at least.
Yeah, exactly. They need to lose twice just to even have a chance. I'm looking at their schedule, real man. It's nothing but cupcakes left. Nothing. They have no games left where they could prove to somebody that they belong. Like I said, other than that Notre Dame game, that's the only game they had where they could prove. And it's so early in the season. It's not like they have like a game in November, late in the season where they can be like, okay, now this is a powerhouse team we beat. The best team they play late in the season is November 20th, SMU at home. Now, they could go in there and beat SMU 60-10. Is that going to help them? No. That's not going to impress them. It's not going to help them get higher above the ACC champion, or like you say, the Big 12 champion, or if Ohio State it doesn't lose but one time, or Penn State doesn't lose but one time. No way they jumping over them. So, like I say again, it's always down to these power schools. Thankfully, my team is one of them. It's always down to these power schools. and look like gonna be the little man, odd man out again, unless a lot of stuff happen in Cincinnati favor. Go ahead,
Jump
Coach.
in there, Coach.
Rev, nightmare scenario right here. Georgia plays Florida. Georgia loses to Florida. Georgia plays Alabama in the SEC championship still. They beat Alabama. Cincinnati goes undefeated. Oklahoma goes undefeated. Our team goes undefeated through the regular season and makes it all. You got 3 undefeated teams and a 1-loss Georgia and a 1-loss Alabama. Do they snub anybody?
Yeah, Georgia, Alabama getting in. One loss, getting in over them 3 undefeated you just named. They're not gonna keep them SEC schools back. They thinking about ratings. They thinking about money. And them 3 undefeated schools you just named, they not generating nothing. No type of fan. They not generating no type of excitement to justify them jumping over a 1-loss Georgia and a 1-loss Alabama with the way they possibly been playing all season long. And if Georgia lose to Florida, but go and beat Alabama in the SEC, and if Florida have a great record, that just proves that the SEC is number 1. And you got to take both of those. You got to take Georgia. You got to take Alabama. Shoot, Florida might have a better argument of getting in than some of these other teams. You saying if they beat Georgia?
Whoa. Now you gonna tell me they gonna take 3 SEC teams? Come on, Red. Now that's
No,
a little
I'm saying
far-fetched.
no. They're not gonna take 3 SEC. I'm saying Florida will have a better argument than some of these other undefeated teams. Being if they say like they only lose once or twice, and the losses they have are to UGA or Alabama. Hey, what I'm saying, when you think SEC powerhouse that only lost to the 2 powerhouse teams will have a better argument than those undefeated and coming from those weak conferences.
Florida
What
with
you
2
think,
losses?
Rev?
Florida with 2 losses?
Well,
Yeah, but the two losses are the Alabama and UGA.
That ain't, indeed. They'll never make it.
That can't happen this year because Florida's already lost 2.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You coach, you said if Florida beat Georgia. Okay, yeah, if Florida beat Georgia, but lose to Alabama, and then Georgia beats Alabama. Yeah, I'm saying Florida will have a better argument than some of these other teams.
Well, Florida won't have a good
team. No,
Florida won't have a good argument this year because they lost to Kentucky. That's a wrap.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know they had another loss. Okay, sorry, Coach.
Yeah. Real quickly, Coach, that player for me when he's serious. All right. Here's a question, Coach. Now, typically we don't try to combine 2 years, but say for instance Georgia loses to Alabama, Cincinnati runs the table. Is it quite conceivable that the committee will remember how basically Cincinnati's team from this year's team, lost to Georgia last year, which is typically Georgia's team this year, pretty much Georgia's team this year. So could the committee rationalize Georgia beat Cincinnati last year in the bowl game? They're practically the same teams this year with the same personnel. So therefore, we can believe that Georgia is better than Cincinnati.
That some of those people will possibly look at it. But what was the final score in that game?
I think Georgia wound up winning by a touchdown, maybe a little bit more.
And I don't know. I'm guessing. My whole thing is, if you go undefeated, a lot of folks, some of those committee people said if they go undefeated and they got a top 10 win or 2, that they should be rewarded. But again, like you said, the championship bias will come through and say no, they need to be back in it because we gonna like you just said, they beat them last year. They're gonna let them back in. It's gonna be a slippery slope, and I know the committee doesn't want any upsets now because they already penciled in Georgia and Alabama. So now they're looking to see who survives out of Oklahoma, Iowa, Cincinnati, those 3 teams, because they're in the top 5. So they're trying to see who survives out of that. Ohio State might be in trouble because they lost to Oregon, even though Oregon is falling, but that loss may hurt them big time if they run the table and win the Big 10 or Big 12, that may hurt them big time. They can go undefeated and be like, our team out.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me stand corrected. The game last year was 24-21 Georgia. They won by field goal.
Okay.
So
it's a lot to work out. They're hoping the championship committee hoping Georgia plays Alabama undefeated. That's their main hope right there. They hope nobody else upset the apple cart with Georgia having to play Auburn today and Kentucky and Florida. They don't want that apple cart upset if they lose, because they'll get like, oh Lord, now we got to justify instead of being smooth sailing. So,
well, they hoping Cincinnati lose too, because they could possibly have the Heisman Award winner playing quarterback. You know, I'm telling you, Cincinnati gonna use every argument possible to get in that playoffs. But if they lose one game, they ain't gonna have one. So the committee, to save themselves for having to break some hearts at the end of the season, is hoping Cincinnati break their own heart.
That's funny. That whole scenario. Those who don't know what the president's talking
please
about.
let's not go there, Thomas.
That's an Atlanta reference. Just Google it and you'll see what he's talking about.
I'm sure they can tell just by the context of the clues there what type of place the flame is.
All right, we're trying to wait for Armani's pick since he's stuck in traffic.
That's what we wait on. Man, dude, you should have been on text. Oh, I forgot. You did. You planned on being on the show. But I'm like, you should have text those picks, man. We got to pick these games. Creating discussion. Even though we're doing a pretty good job of it.
Y'all hear Vincent say he's flying overhead? He got some things going on right now.
All right. Well, while Armani is hopefully making his picks real quickly, we're going to go into where we stand this week, and we're going to see what happened last week.
Never thought the Red and Rev show would be derailed by domestic issues.
All right, gentlemen. Well, this is what happened last week.
Woo!
Rev went 6-2. Rev went 6-2. Coach went 6-2. Shelby went 5 and
bringing up the rear.
Uh-oh.
Little Shikari this week, Shelby.
Uh-oh.
He was waiting on that. He was waiting that one. So we see there was a little movement in the standings. Here we are. Red 20-14, still holding up the rear. Red is 22-12, and there's a three-way tie for first place between Coach Shelby and Armani.
Shelby.
So this is where we are this week, and we see that we have a tight race so far. We still got a long way to go. Yep. Let's see if Mr. Armani, are you watching the show? If he's watching the show, man, you could just pick him while you're watching the show, and we'll go from there. Let's see.
Text your pick. If you can, Armani, when you get to the red light, just text your pick. How long are those roads in Virginia? Y'all don't have traffic lights? Just pull over to the side of the road and text these picks real quick. Hey,
well, look what the president said. Look at the president. His picture comes.
Well, yeah, that's another option.
Oh my goodness, Rev, look who joined us.
I know it. I see her.
But
Harbaugh must be wearing leggings now. Maurice Thor's and talking about Jim Harbaugh, and they're the surprise, but we want to see them play against the big dogs and see what they do. Not overly impressed yet. And here we are. I'm sorry. Shelby gets a shot from Red, but Red is still overall bringing his best card. What's going on, Kelly? Glad to have you on
Kelly,
today.
how you feel after last night?
Yeah. All right. Armani said he'll pick him while he's watching. All right. And I think Lieutenant Colonel Sonar is going to drop these picks via voice.
Oh my God. That was a good one. Hey, he gonna do it. Hey, Vincent, is he gonna do it Contra style on Nintendo? He gonna do Super Nintendo Contra style. Man. Remember that game, Real Contra?
Yeah, man. I remember. I never really played it, but yeah, man. I remember Contra. All right, gentlemen. Let's get ready to make these picks. Hopefully, y'all can hear the little music. Can you hear it?
That's our good music right there.
Sound like somebody sneaking up on somebody for Halloween.
For real, man. Real coming with that dangerous, that Michael Myers music. Real, you ready for the new Michael Myers movie?
Yeah, man. I wasn't a big Michael Myers fan. I used to get afraid of that kind of stuff, man.
Oh, man. It wasn't him, because he had a white man. It was Freddy that I was afraid of when I was younger.
North Atlanta got snuck up on last night.
Oh, not the North Atlanta reference.
I thought they were supposed to be undefeated. At least they ain't even making the homecoming undefeated, Kelly.
Rev, it looked like a massacre.
Coaches on you, LSU versus Kentucky, an SEC matchup. The people in Baton Rouge are giving Coach O the blues. Meanwhile, Mike Stoops is loving it up in Lexington, Kentucky, 5-0. Will they be 6-0, or will LSU show some pride today? Who you got, Coach?
Well, I know LSU. We got a chance to make a run today and get back in this thing by beating Kentucky. But it ain't going to happen. We're going to lose to Kentucky. We're sorry. I think I'll be trying to get me another job. I mean, trying to coach my team up. Kentucky wins.
All right, Red. Coach is going with the Wildcats. Are you joining Coach?
I'm joining Coach. I'm not going to let Miss Harris and Ashley Judd down. I'm running with the Kentucky Wildcats.
All right. And Armani is going with Kentucky. And the Sports Bay is going with, where are her picks? I know she sent them. She's going with Kentucky as well. And dare I not be make it unanimous, especially with my mother being a graduate or having gone to University of Kentucky. So I'm going to go with the Wildcats as well. All right.
Yeah, Real. We don't want you to get home and the doors be locked, Real.
Next game, Notre Dame versus Tech. Red, it's on you. Who you got, brother?
Which game is this? Oh, Notre Dame versus Virginia Tech. Notre Dame. They lost to Cincinnati. They ain't losing to no offense, trying to be all defense, slow moving, boring, about to put me to sleep. Virginia Tech. Brian Kelly be ready for them. Even on the road, he'll be ready for them. Notre Dame.
Oh man, this is a tough one. I'm gonna pick the upset. I'm gonna go with Tech, man. They're at home. Think Notre Dame is vulnerable. So I'm gonna go with Tech. Coach, who you got?
Man, please. This ain't an easy one, but then Virginia Tech is gonna win the coin toss. They're gonna be on it. But then they got to play, and Notre Dame gonna end up winning the game. And Virginia Tech I don't think that offensively they can keep up. So Notre Dame.
All right, so I'm jumping out there. I think Armani is going with Notre Dame as well. He called them Notre Same at first. Okay. All right, and the president is with me. At least I got one person with me. He's going with the upset, Tech as well. Everybody
a lot of upsets.
Notre Dame. Maurice Thrower is up on the upset train as well. So my pick isn't looking as crazy as it may have sounded. So I'm
Maurice Thrower. He gonna make me throw up.
That. I'm trying to see what the Sports Bay talk about real quickly. Let's see. This is why I wish they were on the show rather than making picks like this. But hey, it is what it is. Where is Shelby's picks?
You want me to go? I think I can pull them up, Real.
Oh, here they are. She has Notre Dame. Let me memorize the rest of her picks. All right, I got it. All right, next game. Who we got? Arkansas versus Ole Miss. And that game is on me. Woo! I love the pep game talk that Arkansas's coach gave to his team after they got blasted by Georgia. Lane Kiffin, he's a little shaky at times, a little emotional at times. I like the coach from Arkansas who came from Georgia. I think he helps them bounce back. I'm going with Arkansas on this one. Armani's going with Ole Miss. Coach, who you going with?
And I never go with anything that Lane Kiffin coaches. He's a clown. Arkansas gonna return to their running game, and their quarterback's gotten better. They're gonna win this game. Lane Kiffin is a clown.
All right, so coach is going with Ole Miss. Red.
No, Arkansas.
It's split up in here, man. It's split up in here. Armani going with Ole Miss. The Sports Bay going with Arkansas. I'm going with Arkansas. Coach is going with Arkansas. It looks like Revenite Nation mainly is going with Ole Miss, but then you got Kelly going with Arkansas. And Alexis Hill says Ole Miss in a close one. Who you got, man?
Yeah, Coach. Lane Kiffin is a clown, but unless he playing Alabama, he's a clown that put up some points and win games. So he's not playing Alabama this week. He's playing an Arkansas team that had a chance to show us something last week and failed. Now they're going up against a big-time team that can score at their house. I don't like them either, Coach, but I'm taking them to win this game. Ole Miss.
All right. So, Coach going with Arkansas. Sports Bay and Rev going with Arkansas. Monty and Red are going with Arkansas. Let's jump to the next game. It's back on you, Coach. Number 2, Georgia is going against Auburn. You made a mistake going against the Bulldogs last week. Will you make the same mistake this week? All eyes on you.
Is Bo Nix the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Georgia.
All right.
Doesn't
The
even
Bo
have
Nix
to.
factor. For those who don't know, that's
He's
Auburn's
terrible.
quarterback, so Coach has
He's
no
terrible.
faith in Bo Nix. Red, we know you're going with the Bulldogs, so there's no need to say who you're going with, but tell us why you're going with the Bulldogs.
Well, I mean, Coach kind of gave you half of the reason just a minute ago. I mean, we all know when it comes to Auburn football, Bo ain't no Bo Jackson, so he don't know. And going up against my Bulldog defense, what you think they've been doing this week knowing they've been playing Bo Nix? It's like when you sit down at the table, Rev, and you got a good feast waiting on you. You put your napkin in right here, tuck it in, you get your knife, you get your fork, you scrub them like that, and you say, the feast is on. Well, the feast is going to be on at 3:30 today, baby. Bo, I hope you're ready. I hope you recognize yourself after the game because my Bulldog's coming for you. And as we all seen the movie Tombstone, you know what is coming with them.
All right, and I'm making it unanimous. I'm, of course, going with the Bulldogs, and I think they're going to actually surpass the spread of 15 points. This is a statement game, rivalry game, and I think Georgia's defense is going to let somebody know we're that real deal. All right, next game, the big classic between Oklahoma and Texas. Red, it's on you, brother. Who you going with?
Oh, man. Now, this is a tough one right here. Oklahoma can't afford really no losses. No, they undefeated.
Red, before you look at that.
What in the world?
Vincent, I'm trying to make my pick here, dog. Okay? Leave me alone. Anyway, that was a good one, though. Man, you got Sark at home. Sark needs a statement win.
He got fired, Missy Vaughn. Go ahead, Red.
Oh, I thought you meant to say Sark got fired. I'm like, what?
No. The past Auburn coach, he got fired.
Okay, man, this is gonna be tough, right? Because they a rivalry. Texas just got to our division, so they still a rivalry game to me. Oh boy, do I take Sark at home where he capable of choking? Do I take Oklahoma on the road when I know they need to win? Man, I
take
hate to pick the game.
The game is about to start.
Okay, I'm going with Texas because they at home. Sark, you better do it for us, man. You want to be in the SEC? Well, these the games you need to win, man. You better show up at home against Oklahoma. God, why not go against Oklahoma?
I'm going with Texas as well. I'm going with Texas. They look real good ever since they inserted their new quarterback. They have been scoring points. They took that beating at the hands of Arkansas, and they have bounced back. I have more faith in Texas right now than I do Oklahoma. We all know that Oklahoma's always due for some type of letdown, and this might be the letdown week right here. So I'm going to go with Texas. Coach, who you got, man?
Well, I just found out that there's a late game sponsor for this game for the Longhorns today at home. Is being sponsored by Bartles and James. So with their coach, I'm going with Oklahoma. Sarkisian gonna put up some numbers, but I think Ritter, who's been hearing a little boo birds from his Oklahoma fans, is about to make a statement today. Rattler. That's what I meant, Rattler.
And the Sports Bay is going with Oklahoma as well. Armani, we need your pick, brother. I didn't see you make a pick.
Armantis?
Or did I miss it?
Come on, Armantis.
Our last pick he made was
Texas.
Georgia.
He said Texas.
Okay, Texas. There you go, Texas. All right, my bad, Armani. My bad. All right, here we go. Last game, gentlemen. And this is probably the most important game today, especially for the Big 10 or Big 12. Iowa versus Penn State in Iowa. And it's on me. And I'm going with those Iowa Hawkeyes at home. They play tough at home. They always play Penn State tough. They always have a way to figure out Penn State. So I'm going to go with the Iowa Hawkeyes to defeat the Penn State Nittany Lions. Who you got, Coach?
I'm going with Iowa, too. James Franklin's about to start his end of season tour as he heads to USC. So it's going to be Iowa.
All right. We're splitting Revenite Nation so far. There you go, Monty. I said Texas. All right, man.
Feel the toughness.
Goodness, man. Okay, man. I said my bad. I said Texas. All right. Well, tell us what you said now. Go, Red.
He already said Penn State.
Ooh, Penn State. No, I can't go with them.
Say Penn State.
He said Penn State. James Franklin got a statement to make.
Okay, he just got that in. All right, cool.
Yeah, he got a statement to make, and that statement is, I'll be coaching USC soon because I ain't going up to Iowa and getting no win today because them Iowa Hawkeyes are going to be ready. I made the mistake of going against them early in the season. I won't make that mistake again. Definitely won't make that mistake when they're going to be at home. That defense is something serious. Not like our defense, but just for their conference, it's something serious. They'll put up enough points at home to beat Penn State. Franklin gonna be on the sideline nervous again. Oh my God, what we gonna do? And that ain't gonna be Iowa on the road. So Iowa.
All right, the picks are in. There's gonna be some movement next week with our standings because we got a lot of picks that weren't the same, unlike other weeks. So we're going to look forward to see who was right, who was wrong. Gentlemen, if you don't mind, during halftime, go ahead on and text those picks real quickly. Armani, even though you made your picks, text them to our thread on Messenger, please, sir, so we can copy and paste. And please put them in the order that we selected them. Please put them in the order that we selected the games. All right, gentlemen. Well, that leads us to halftime of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We have given you some good sports talk, and we look forward to giving you some baseball. Also, we want to give you some NFL football, and we're going to make sure that Red is satisfied today because we are not going to dismiss 5 for 5 because we saw him go crazy last week and we don't want that to happen again. So we have 5 for 5 coming to you. So stay with us for a little bit for the second half.
I need to see the order.
All right, we'll get it to you. We'll be back. And we are back on the Red Rev Sports Show, ready to have a good second half. And we're going to move into some baseball, for we do know that it's that time of year for the MLB playoffs. So, matter of fact, before we do that, let's be sensitive to the HBCU report. I hope y'all don't mind us not doing Georgia and USC this week. Is that okay?
That's fine. I didn't really have a UGA report prepared.
All right, good.
I say that for Shelby.
All right, gentlemen. Let's go do our HBCU report before we go into doing our baseball. And let's see. Let's get this HBCU up.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're all I need. I want to say this is the Mississippi Valley State Band, but I'll be lying. But it's a black college band. All right, gentlemen. Let's go, man. Let's go into the games. I can't play the music while I'm going with the games, so I got to turn the music off. But that was a good intro. Here we go. Today we have, Coach, if you don't mind, can you read those games off the screen, brother?
Yes, sir. Howard has already beaten Morgan State 27-6. And today we have Virginia Lynchburg against Delaware State. We got Tennessee Tech against North Carolina Central, who the Valley beat last week for homecoming. That's right. We won homecoming. Okay, I'll skip that. South Carolina State and FAMU in a matchup of former MEAC team. That was going to be a good one. Arkansas Pine Bluff against Bama State. Grambling and Alcorn, which is going to be somewhat of a grudge match because Alcorn had the nerve to schedule Grambling for homecoming. I said, wow, what kind of statement that is. Mississippi Valley plays Bethune-Cookman. We try to win 2 in a row. Southern against Texas Southern. We already said South Carolina State and Florida. And the game of the day is going to be Deion Sanders and Jackson State against Alabama A&M. This game has some very bad meaning because after the Alabama A&M played Jackson State in the spring, they put an old picture of Deion Sanders with a Jerry curl on the scoreboard. So this one got a little grudge match to it. So, and this one features 2 of the top quarterbacks in the SWAC. You got Shadur Sanders, Deion's son, against Akil Glass, who is considered a front runner for the SWAC Player of the Year. So that one got a lot of meaning and got a lot of anger to it. So you better want to watch that one today.
All right, you through with it?
Yes, sir.
All right, and let's bring up the Division II. CIAA. Read them off, Coach.
You got Bowie State against Chowan. You got Lincoln, PA against Virginia Union. Fayetteville State against Shaw. Winston-Salem against Joe Johnson C. Smith. St. Augustine against Livingston. Elizabeth City State versus Virginia State. Then you drop down Edward Waters against Albany State. Allen against Clark Atlanta. Central State against Old Fort Valley State, not Fort Valley, Fort Valley. Lane against Kentucky State. Benedict College against Miles College. Erskine against Savannah State. And the big one today, Morehouse College against Tuskegee. You got that one coming up today. So, hey, that one should be very interesting. Morehouse against Tuskegee. What are your team looking like, Rev? I'm sorry.
They're not doing too well this year, so I think Tuskegee will definitely win that one. They moved the Classic from Columbus to Birmingham. So I think that's going to be the best thing about that game, that it moved to Birmingham. I think Tuskegee's going to have his way against Morehouse on today. Let's see. See, Kelly's representing, you know, she's in full effect with JSU. We know that's not valid. They sound.
We won our homecoming. Nah, don't talk about us. We won our homecoming. Man. And y'all got scheduled for homecoming today, so let's see what happens.
Southern and Texas Southern in the Arlington Football Showdown. Thanks, Lance, for giving us the Classic. Let me just do this real quickly, as we used to do, because there are some homecomings that are taking place. So happy homecoming to Alabama A&M. And I know Kelly doesn't care if it's their homecoming, because she feels offended that somebody would schedule her school for homecoming. Let me just say this, Kelly. Initially, was scheduled that Alabama A&M would be playing Bowie State for their homecoming, but obviously down the line it got switched. Happy homecoming to Alabama State University as they play Arkansas Pine Bluff. Happy homecoming to Albany State as they play Edward Waters today. Happy homecoming to Bethune-Cookman as they scheduled that cupcake called Mississippi Valley State.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Time out, Rev. Time out. Bethune-Cookman is 0-5. They ain't won a game all year.
Well, let's see which bad team will win this one. All right.
Yeah, should be used to other teams
homecoming to Hampton University as they play Georgia's own Kennesaw State University. Happy homecoming to Kentucky State as they play Lane. Happy homecoming to Livingstone College as they play St. Aug. Happy homecoming to Miles College as they play Benedict College. And to round it out, happy homecoming to Virginia Union, as I forgot who they play. But nevertheless, it's their homecoming. All right.
Hey, Rev, Kelly should be used to her teams being chosen for the homecoming game. I mean, come on. North Atlanta, Georgia Tech, Jackson State. I'll pick all three of them to play my homecoming game.
Oh, man, Red.
Here we go.
Here we
go. It's coming.
All right, Kelly Kell gonna come out with, why you coming for me, Red? Why you
Actually, it'll be Kim coming for me. Kelly will be at her hair appointment.
Here we go.
Oh man, you giving Kelly a hard time. All right,
I know. I gotta mess with you a little, Kelly.
All right, you gentlemen, y'all get ready to wax poetically, because I'm gonna bow out of this topic. It's the MLB playoffs, and we know that we have some great games going up. I'm gonna put a game up real quickly, and let's just go ahead on. Start with the Braves versus the Brewers. We know that the Brewers are up one game.
I told y'all.
One game to nothing. What's that?
Kelly really is getting the hell, Brady.
I told you.
All right, gentlemen. Braves versus Brewers. Just tell us what you thought about yesterday's game, and then tell us your ultimate prediction. You're one game down. We'll see if you all still go with the Braves. Who you got?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still with my Braves right now, even though that one game is kind of disappointing. We were playing a Braves-like game, just couldn't get that hit early on. And like I say, Morton, you can't be mad at him. Dude went 6 in the third, 6 and 2/3, only giving
Martin.
up 2 runs. That was a quality start. And Braves only scoring 1 run. That is not gonna get it done. So you got to score more than 1 run now. If you had to put up a few more runs and we lost, then you probably could have gave another reason. But no, that was strictly on the bats yesterday. The bats got to wake up, and they got to wake up now. We got Freed on the mound tonight. They usually give him better run support. So I'm hoping we bounce back tonight, get this thing back to Truist, and go on in and win this thing in 4 games. But we definitely got to win. Yeah, we don't win tonight, Rev, is over with. So Braves definitely have to win tonight, and even the series up and get it back to Truist, tied 1-1.
All right, Coach, do you agree with Red that this is a must-win tonight for the Atlanta Braves?
It is. It is. Got to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got.
I mean, the thing about it is, Charlie Morton pitched a heck of a ball game, but when you saw him start to get a little off, a little wild, that's when you should have made the change right there. You should have got him out of there. And then, unfortunately, the pitch that the young man hit was not a good pitch to hit, but he golfed it out of there. And like Red said, 1 run will never win a game. 1 run, and you wasted a great performance by Morton. And I knew when it got to Josh Hader, it was over. That dude is lights out as a pitcher. He 34 out of 35 saves. You're not gonna hit him. They got a break or two, but it's okay. But the Braves, I think they're gonna come back again. But let me get on a soapbox really quickly. Who in the world decided that they're gonna schedule a Braves game at 1:00 in the afternoon? You got to be kidding me. How you gonna schedule a game during a work day? People are working, and you instead of at 5:00. I know it's Columbus Day, but why would you schedule at 1:00 in the daytime?
What game is that, Coach?
Monday.
Oh man, game 3 is scheduled at 1:00.
1:00. I said, you got to be kidding me! Come on now, y'all. You know, like I said, I understand it's a holiday, but still, come on, man.
Oh well, hopefully it might work in the Braves' favor. Hopefully, I know
Well, they've been
okay.
doing that in the past when they have multiple games because they're trying to spread out the games as best as possible. So it's been done like that before, but I can understand your gripe. Definitely.
Yeah, 1:00.
Texas just went up. Texas just went up on Oklahoma. Yeah. They just scored a touchdown, so we'll give you live updates for that game. And who did you all pick again?
I picked Oklahoma.
And Red picked Texas. All right. Yeah. Next game. Man, were y'all surprised the Giants beat the brakes off the Dodgers last night? Or is that going to be what the norm is for this series? What you got, Coach?
Dodgers, they are victims of a team that is playing with nothing to lose. Everybody talking about Dodgers this and Dodgers that, but the Giants have been hot all year. And the Giants are just playing like they've been playing all year, doing what they're doing against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, this is a must-win for them. If they go down 2-0 to the Giants, it's over. That series will be done, and we'll have a new World Series champion.
All right, and what's your prediction for the series?
I still think the Dodgers have a shot, but I think the Giants are going to end that and put them out of the series. It may go the entire series, but I think the Giants are motivated this year. They're gonna beat the Dodgers.
All right, Red, do you join Coach's sentiment with this series going 5 games in the Giants' favor?
I do. Definitely think it's a 5-game series. Definitely going to get the Giants the edge because they've been had the edge all season long. I think they won a season series versus the Dodgers, which propelled them to win the NLS versus the Dodgers.
Hold on just a second, Red. Texas is actually up 14-0 against Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Good job, Texas. Love it, sorry. But you threw me off rhythm, Real. But anyway, what I was saying something versus the Giants. They beat the division versus the Dodgers. They won the season series versus the Dodgers, and they won the game 1 versus the Dodgers last night. Logan Webb, what an awesome playoff debut from him. Coach is right. The Giants just been that team all year long. The team that they started off hot. We thought they was gonna fall back, and they never fell back. And they might not never fall back the way they playing. Gabe Kapler, whatever you didn't learn with the Phillies, you sure learned it with San Francisco. Like I say, the Giants, they always do this. There's always be that season you never expect the Giants to win anything, and they come out of nowhere and go all the way. That's the main reason this team has won 3 championships in the last 10 years. So, like I say, it was a good start last night. Coach is right. The Dodgers have to win tonight. I think who's pitching tonight? Coach Max Scherzer?
Yeah, they got to get a W.
Yeah, you got to pitch Max tonight. If Max not pitching tonight, I'd be really surprised, even though it's on short rest. But you lose tonight, I'm sorry. The Giants are just too well managed, too well coached, and they play the game the right way. It's too overall too good of a team to go down 2-0 and lose 3 straight to their division rival. I just don't see it happening. So Dodgers, you better win tonight. Oh, it's over with. You just pretty much sitting in the Braves seat. And I'm pretty sure Major League Baseball would prefer the Dodgers to win tonight and the Braves to win tonight. I know they would prefer a Dodgers-Braves NLCS than a Giants-Brewers, even though it might be what we're looking forward to.
All right, this one ought to be real quick as we go into the AL. Astros already up 2-0. They've been beating the White Sox pretty handedly. Is the sweep on? Red?
Unfortunately, yeah. I know the White Sox coming home. Astros, they just in a rhythm now. The playoffs have begun. There wasn't nobody talking about them all year long. I mean, I don't know if it was because of the cheating scandal back in 2016, or maybe it was that division they played in where you had Oakland and Seattle breathing down their neck for a big part of the season. But whatever the reason is, this team is here and this team is balling. They wanted to be. They eventually pulled away from Seattle and Oakland. Like I say, I gave props to Dusty Baker last week. This team is just, they built this.
They saw
Here you go.
Like I say, the Astros, real. They just in a groove right now, and nobody been talking about them all year because we ain't been focused on them all year. We was focusing on all these other teams. We was focusing on teams in the wild card hunt. We was focusing on the AL East. We was focusing on the White Sox and their amazing season, and folks just really forgot about the Astros. But the Astros are saying, "Hey, remember us? We won the World Series a few years ago, and we back." We back at it again, and this time, no banging on the drums.
All right, Coach, is the sweep on?
Man, the Astros are going for the sweep. You got 206-year-old Tony La Russa coaching the White Sox. He's not ready this year, so they won because they got athletes, but now it's over. Astros got a better overall team. This one is over with.
All right, let's jump right into it, Coach.
Coach, how old is Dusty Baker?
315. He's a little older. That's all. That's it.
All right, Red Sox versus Rays. It's a tied series, Coach. Who gets the edge? One game apiece. Who gets the edge?
I'm gonna pick the Red Sox in the upset. They seem to want to. They got a little mojo working. I don't know how they won yesterday, but they gonna win 850. But I'm gonna go with the Red Sox in a sneaky upset. I'll give it to the Red Sox.
Is there any particular reason why?
I think the Red Sox hitting is gonna catch up with that Rays pitching. The Rays, if it's a short series, you can get your. You may not be able to bring your best pitchers back. So I think the Red Sox will win.
All right, Red, are you joining Coach's Red Sox win story?
I am not. I'm with the Rays. I've always been with the Rays. I was with the Rays when they had Joe Madden as coach, and they brought a young rookie phenom, David Price, up, and they went all the way to the World Series. And I'm picking the Rays to at least go to the ALCS versus the Astros. Red Sox, I just think the Rays got a better overall team. That's funny to say, seeing that the Red Sox payroll is way bigger than the Rays payroll. The Red Sox have way more resources than the Rays can even hope to imagine. And for some reason, the Rays still got a better team, overall team, than the Red Sox. Like Rev said, the guy he mentioned in his dope, Randy Rosie. You know who we talking about, the young black
Randy
kid that
A.
showed.
Randy A.
Yeah, Randy A. That's good. Randy A. I mean, this is his time. This is when this guy steps up and play. Stole home, and nobody did that since Jackie Robinson back in the 40s and 50s. This guy's OPS in the playoffs is probably like up there with the greats. Randy A shows up in the playoffs. Randy A is the opposite of Matt Ryan. He's clutch, okay? And the Rays star, you
Matt
guys.
Ryan reference.
And the Rays, other than that bonehead move to take Snell out the World Series last year, the manager Kevin whatever his name is, I forgot. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good. The Rays are pretty good. The overall team's pretty good. No, Rev, I'm not picking the Red Sox. I'm staying with the Rays to win Sunday and to close it out in Boston.
All right, the picks are in, and you've heard it from the Red Rev Sports Show baseball experts. I don't really pay attention to baseball like I used to, so this is why I bowed out gracefully on this particular topic. But we
Kevin
will
Malone,
see.
that was his name.
We will see what will go on with the baseball playoffs, and we look forward to talking about it next week. And hopefully the Braves will still be worth talking about next week this time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Let's crank it up. 5 for 5.
Uh-oh.
Since we're still on baseball, we're going to start with a baseball topic for 5 for 5. But Red.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you something that you might like. Since there's no Shaq.
Isaiah, his girlfriend.
Since there's no Armani. You get up to 90 seconds today for 5 for 5.
Oh, okay.
You can rant a little bit longer. 90 seconds. Once we hit the 80-second mark, you'll go from solo outlet to back to the entire panel. So that lets you know you need to wind it up. Once you get to 90, that means you hit that mute button. Let's go 5 for 5. Red, we're going to start with you. What about Aaron Boone's job security in the Big Apple? What you say, Red? You got it.
Well, that's a good question. The topic that I didn't even come up with. So whoever came up with this one, good. Now, let's see. Aaron Boone, he's been there for a while. I say what? Maybe 3-4 seasons, maybe more. Maybe about 5 seasons. And I think the farthest, I can definitely tell you the Yankees have not made any World Series in his tenure. I think the last World Series they made was over 10 years ago, almost 20 years ago, back in 2009, when Alex Rodriguez and Joe Girardi won that World Series back in 2009. I think that's the Yankees' last appearance. I got to wrap this up real quick. The point is their job security in trouble in the Bronx? I think it might be, because the Yankees are about World Series, and they haven't won a World Series in a long time. And Aaron Boone doesn't seem the guy that's able to get them over the hump so far. They got plenty of money, plenty of players, but the management is not working out right now. Aaron Boone made that move to pull Jared Cole 2 innings. Like I say, he's making some unorthodox moves. It's just none of them are paying off. Not paying off to get the Yankees back to the World Series. No AL pennants in your tenure. That's not good, Aaron, because all the managers before you have at least made the World Series. Not looking good for Aaron Boone. I would think his job security in the Bronx is in trouble.
All right, Coach, what you got?
Man, Aaron Boone got about much security as Barack Obama at a Klan rally. He's about to leave. They're going to get rid of him, unfortunately, because they're not making any move. They're just moving laterally. They're not going up, staying the same thing. They win a lot of games during the regular season, get to the playoffs, choke. So, Aaron Boone is over after this year.
All right, Coach has got it in. Revenite Nation chimed in a little bit. Yes, we got 5 on it, baby. No doubt about it. Cue the Jeopardy think music for Red. You give Red an inch, He'll take a mile. Be careful what you wish for, Red.
Oh, Lord.
And
Almost
he
did.
needs to go. And it seems like from the reports that I've been reading, I think Aaron Boone even knows that his days are probably numbered, because when he was asked, he seemed very weak in his response, and he's about as shaky as a table that doesn't have all 4 of its legs on it. So we'll see what will happen.
Don't worry.
His
His TV analyst job will be right over it, waiting on him when he get back.
Yeah. He's pretty solid as an analyst, though. So, I mean, he's done a decent job as skipper, but like you said in your time, Red, the Yankees are about championships. They're not about making the playoffs. So that's the unfortunate thing about his job. The market where he is demands World Series and not playoff appearances. All right, let's cue it back up. We're going to shift from baseball, and we're going to football. There was a great game that took place, a nail-biter in New England last week. Brady versus Belichick recap. Coach, your thoughts? What you got, sir?
Did we have a football game or the season premiere, The Bachelorette or The Bachelor? Everybody folks know, does he love him? Does he love him? Brady proved that he can win without Belichick. Belichick has not proved he can win without Brady. And that's the bottom line. They gave the little ceremonial church hug after the game and parted ways. And Brady went on, I'm finna go try to win a Super Bowl. Belichick went on, I'm finna just try to salvage a winning record. So I'm glad they played each other. Highest rated game in Sunday Night Football history, but of course it was because of all the hype built up on it. So what you do, it's over with.
Red, what you got on this recap?
Nothing. I'm just glad the game is over with. I predicted Tampa would win. They won. Like I say, coach is right. Brady has already proven what he can do without Belichick. Belichick ain't proved nothing without Brady. It was nice to see Bill go into the locker room afterwards, because that little weak hug that he gave him after the game when they met at the middle of the field, that was kind of really, really unnecessary. So I'm glad Belichick really went in the locker room and spoke to Tom respectfully, instead of the last fight we seen is that little weak hug they tried to do. So good job on that, Bill. We know you're not an emotional guy. You like to keep your feelings close to the vest, but thank you for going to address Brady in the locker room privately. And I'm pretty sure they said everything that needed to be said. Like I say, the game did not live up to the hype. It really didn't. It was a good game. It just didn't live up to the hype. Like I say, the Brady Patriots won, lost in the end. The Bucks won in the end off of a missed field goal. Like I say, I'm just glad it's over with. They've already proven what it is after they're not together anymore. Brady has the edge. Belichick still trying to get the edge. And I guess, like Coach said, they both moving on now.
All right, let's see what the Reverend Knights have to say. I'm sorry, great game. The ending is the reason why I don't like kickers. That's what the BP said. Matt Keg Body Jones held his own for the most part, but he had to bow down to the joke. 55 seconds and 2 timeouts, too much time. And the president said there was a lot of not dogs and nothing burgers. Brady has beaten all 32 teams, but I'm going to say the game actually lived better than the hype. I'm going to disagree, because the hype was that the Bucks were going to beat the brakes off the Patriots. So everybody was going with the anticipation that they were going to get blown out, and Belichick held his own. And I think Belichick decided, instead of going for the actual win by letting his quarterback, who had made 19 or 20 passes consecutively completed, he should have given him a chance on 4th down, but he said, I'm going with the moral victory rather than an actual victory by going for the field goal in that kind of weather. with 55 yards or something like that. I mean, I just couldn't understand it. So I think he was just going for the moral victory. At least if he doesn't, if the rookie quarterback doesn't make it, then he would have probably felt like he would have been scrutinized more. So he went with the veteran kicker, and the veteran kicker almost got it, but didn't get it through the uprights. Yeah. I think he should have given the kid a chance to prove himself. Maybe he didn't want to upstage Brady. Who knows? I don't know. But it was a better game than what many people anticipated. I'm trying to figure out if Miss Yvonne has a bet on this game because she keeps reporting the Ohio State Maryland game. We got to watch out for you, Miss Yvonne. That's your second update on Ohio State and Maryland now.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
You got papers. You got papers on that, Miss Williams. I told you about that gambling, honey.
Now. I gotta watch it because maybe she's saying we should have included them in our
picks. I think that's what she tried to tell us, Red.
I think that's what she tried to tell us. We should have.
Hey, Miss Yvonne, you have been impressing me, Miss Yvonne, with your sports, with all your sports knowledge and keeping up. Yeah, I'm very impressed, Miss Williams. You know, that's one of my mom's best friends, real.
I know it. I know. I remember seeing that at your dad's homegoing. So I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No doubt about it. What did Vincent say before we hit this? Miss Yvonne bet long on this one, Mama. Oh, that's crazy. All right, here we go. Let's get the music back. We're going to football. Stay in football, rather. Urban Meyer's Dirty Dancing. I'm going to start with Red on this one. Red, 90 seconds. What you got, brother, on Urban Meyer and Dirty Dancing?
Ooh, gotta do the forbidden dance. Ooh, girl, come on with it, girl. Boy, Urban was getting down with it. And see, that's what I'm laughing at. When this initial report came out, they made it seem like Urban was just sitting up at the bar and there was just some girl dancing around him. Like, he's like trying not to pay attention to it. Some girl just dancing around Urban. He's sitting there, it's like he's getting a lap dance, but she just really dancing in front of him. No. Urban was all into this. He was participating. He was getting his groove on. What's that Madonna song? Get into the groove. Woo, man, Urban was into the groove, boy. I mean, I ain't seen Urban move like that since he was at Utah. But hey, I hope you had fun, Urban. But that definitely is not NFL head coach behavior, man. So I'm not surprised you got condemned and ridiculed by your owner, man. You know, after a loss like that, you do not need to be getting jiggy with it like that. Okay, man? You need to be getting your team ready for the next game. So, Urban, I know you still think you coaching college football, but it's the NFL, man. Ain't no dancing in the NFL, okay? So, nice move, Urban, but save them for the offseason.
Coach, Urban's Dirty Dancing, what you got, sir?
I hope that they look at this. It was a mistake. It shouldn't have happened, and it did. So I hope they just look at Urban and say, "Hey, man, it's okay. We gonna move on, and you're gonna be the coach of Jacksonville for a long time." Because truth be told, and I'm gonna say this very clearly, I don't want you at USC.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Coach, look at what Thomas said.
Coach said he does not want Urban Meyer at USC. Wow. Interesting, man. All right, let's see what Reverend Night Nation has to say.
Look at what Thomas said.
Right here. Maurice said to his brothers at Maryland, you know, that's right. Thomas Hogan said he had the time of his life referring to Urban Meyer. Miss Ellie Von Williams said the reason why I'm watching Ohio State is I keep up with our black QBs. I'm so proud of them. Vincent Woodruff said Urban Meyer will be suffering from a mysterious Mars gastrointestinal virus that he will be forced to reside in Pasadena, Cali.
No.
Nobody puts Urban in the corner. Alexis Hill said he made a mistake. Maurice thought what Urban Meyer did was wrong, but who thought it was a good idea to film it? somebody who wanted to go make themselves some money. That's what
Exactly. You gonna get everybody gonna get filmed. The guy who filmed it wasn't wrong. It was Urban.
Yeah, they said this is easy money right here. Urban Meyer in the bar letting somebody dance. I'm sure they text TMZ, great footage. How much you want for it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How much you got? What you got? What you got?
Who
Yeah,
would have did that? That's the time we live in. This America, baby. It's by capital. You know, when you're a famous person in America, you got to be careful because the phones are gonna be up.
no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, we're gonna go to the Armani special right here. Russell Wilson's injury. The Armani special that Coach made famous right here. So we're going to let Coach continue on his Russell Wilson's injury diatribe that he started at Dope No Coke. What you got for us, Coach? Go with it.
Isn't it just amazing that something as simple as two fingers colliding can cause one to be dislocated, and to be a simple finger injury could cause it to be dislocated. You out for 4 to 8 weeks. That's just amazing. Maybe I guess Russell's finger look like this one. Let me get a good shot of it. So I don't know. I Seattle, y'all are in deep trouble, and you cannot afford to fall back in the NFC West, the toughest division in football. So y'all in a heap of trouble. But Geno is coming. Geno is coming.
All righty. Red, what you got, man?
Not good. Russell's been pretty much injury free his entire career. And to have this happen to him right now is not good, especially when it's like him, the team, and the coach all is at a crossroads right now. You know what I'm saying? So for him to go down at this pivotal point in his career when nobody's future in Seattle is certain or written in stone as of now. You know, next season could be totally different for a lot of people. Russell Wilson could be out. Pete Carroll could possibly be out. Like I said, the team could take a whole new direction. And this injury, man, I don't know if this increases or speeds up the rebuilding process or holds it back for another year. But whatever it is, expect some changes in Seattle real soon. Because even, let's say Russell had continued playing and they still lost this game. Seattle just doesn't have a complete football team right now. They're not ready to win, and Russell Wilson is about winning championships, okay? If his team is not a championship caliber team, he's not going to want to stay around, okay? And we can obviously see that this defense is not championship caliber. The Seattle Seahawks are basically Russell Wilson making plays or bust. If Russell Wilson not making plays, the team not gonna win. And since he ain't gonna be playing, and we got Geno Smith at quarterback, I guess it's safe to assume that the team's not gonna be winning right now.
Well, one thing about it, ain't gonna be no finger pointing.
All right, real quickly, what did y'all think about Geno Smith playing against the Rams the other day? Are the Seahawks going to be able to keep their heads above water with Geno Smith at the helm until Russell comes back? What did you think first, how he played, and then what do you think he can do in the future?
He came in, first drive, he did okay. First touchdown pass since 2017. But as far as sustaining this for the long run, I'm sorry, Rev. It's too much tape on Geno. NFL teams will figure out Geno real quickly, just like they did in New York, just like they did in every other stop he made. That's why he's holding the clipboard as the permanent backup. Good for a series or two, might be even good for one game. But as far as multiple games over an entire season, no, he's going nowhere fast with Geno Smith, baby. Backup, clipboard holder, probably future coach, but now starting PB.
All right, Coach, real quick, what's your thoughts on that before I say what Rebel Nation said?
He came with it. I ain't mad at what Geno did against the Rams, and that last interception they were trying to blame it on him. That he couldn't help his man fail. So hey, he's real good. I mean, but he's just not gonna be. He's not gonna be ready next week. I don't think they're gonna make playoffs. But hey, Geno gets his shot to prove he can quarterback for something. So for at least 4 weeks, they're not going to the playoffs. I think they just ended it real quick.
All right. Coach Armani, you are now cleared to speak on that Russell Wilson.
Look at the next one.
I know it. At Coach's Day, they use rubber cement, plaster, Paris. The president got him. What else we got on this one? Man. Thomas, at Coach's Day, you used a tree branch. That's on that toga and leather helmet up and get back in there. Murray said this is disastrous for Seattle. Let's see how Pete Carroll handles this adversity. It'd be interesting. Pete Carroll can assume his football respect again if he's able to pull Seattle out of the cellar with Geno Smith. That'd be a huge coaching accomplishment.
It's time for retirement for Pete Carroll.
I did not know Pete Carroll was 70 years old. Good Lord.
And Miss Sister Williams is giving Art some kudos, helping us know the connection between Miss Williams and Red's mama.
Oh, that's the Golden Girls right there.
And so Brother Vince said, my 49er defense will have a field day. Geno may hold his own, but Seabirds are in trouble. And Monty said, I have a similar injury, and it sucks. All right.
Yeah, Coach, he one of the oldest coaches. I learned this years ago. He's one of the oldest coaches in the league. He don't look it, and his personality sometimes don't say it. Yeah, but he's one of the oldest coaches in the league. Pete Carroll.
I know he got a gum endorsement. That's for sure.
All right, gentlemen, let's go to the last topic. John Gruden's racist remarks.
Oh, Lord.
It's on you, Coach. What you got to say about Brother John Gruden's racist remarks against Demar Smith, the NFLPA representative who negotiates with Roger Goodell on behalf of the players? The man said something in particular about Brother Smith's lips about 10 years ago. He was not the coach of the Raiders, but now he is. So what you got, Coach?
And he's still going to be the coach of the Raiders. Notice what happened with Smith. Smith was renamed the player director. He was able to keep his job. That's the mea culpa for them saying him saying that. And then Smith didn't make it any better by saying, I've been called racist stuff before, so it don't matter to me, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to get a broom and sweep it technique, sweep it under the rug, try to let it go bye-bye. And John Gruden, because he can growl and the Raiders are winning, still going to be the coach.
Red, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, Coach got it on this one, man. They I read yesterday that they were saying he was on his way out. Now, Demar Smith is staying. I definitely think that was a gift wrap. Here you go, buddy. We're not gonna push you out just yet because you seem like you're a victim right now. So we're gonna let you keep your job for right now. And so basically, by doing that, that allows us to accept or semi-accept John Gruden's apology. We're going to take the broomstick. We're going to sweep the little Michelin tires and big lips coming on the rug. But what they can say is he didn't say the N word. He didn't really say nothing that derogatory. He didn't say monkey or gorilla or stuff. That's going to be the excuses. Demar Smith said, I've been called worse in my life. So it looked like he ain't making no big deal of it. So if he ain't making no big deal, we not going to make no big deal. We're gonna chastise Gruden. We're going to say, don't do that again, or it's going to be trouble. But for the most part, Mark Davis, Roger Goodell, and everybody else going to take the little broomsticks, get the little dustpan, and sweep Michelin tires and big lips up on the rug as quietly and as respectful as they can try not to offend anybody, but they're definitely going to do their best to sweep this under the rug and hope Gruden don't put his foot in his mouth again. Now, Gruden say if anything else come like this about Gruden again, he's out. But for right now, it's just going to be a slight pass, a warning. Say we didn't hear the N word. We didn't hear monkey or watermelon or any of those other cold words. So like I said, I think coach is right. Gruden might get a pass on this. He'll still be the Raiders coach. I think this time next week, this time next month, and maybe this time next year.
All right. I don't know where Coach went, but hopefully.
All right, there. I had to plug my thing up.
I know what he's doing back there.
I'm here.
Be careful. Got to watch Coach. But I'm gonna say this real quickly as we talk about this. Well, no, let me go to Rev 9 Nation first. They get the Pete Carroll eats kale and chews trident gum. John Gruden, they hit this for 10 years. Nothing will come of this. Sounds about white. Keep it moving. Shaking my head. Armani says he should be gone if I'm a black player. I'm side-eyeing him. Let's see.
They do that anyway, Armani.
Guys ultimately care about their paychecks. As the players don't make a stand now, they'll continue to fall for anything. I'm gonna make two statements real quickly. Number one, it was 10 years ago. Not to say it gives them a pass, but I think we got to be very careful of railroading people when they have comments that are dug up in the past. Because I believe all of us in some form or some fashion have evolved in some capacity. Now, if we see he wrote something similar in 18, 19, 20, then we obviously see that's a pattern. And then also, I have to be careful because we also need to understand the context when this was written. The NFL, they were struggling with trying to get peace at the time. They were trying to get an agreement between the NFLPA and the NFL players. How many times, out of frustration, even though John Gruden is not a head coach, but he was an announcer, and I'm sure he wanted to make some money announcing because he was getting paid by ESPN at that time. How many of us say some things that we probably would not say when we're upset with somebody? You know, somebody messing with you. Yeah, you call people out of their names. You say certain things. And, you know, we even do that with our own family members, where we may say the worst about them when we're frustrated with them out of anger and things of that nature. So that's why I'm going to give them a pass. Not to say it was right, but there's a context to it. It was 10 years ago also. And then, you know, you just say some things that you have no business saying when you're mad at somebody. Now, when it comes to John Gruden, we know he has, as Vincent has made it clear, he has being white on his side. Number two, he has on his side the Raiders are playing well. This is why it's a non-subject, because the Raiders are playing as well as they have in quite some time. So therefore, they're not going to mess up.
It's probably the reason this tweet resurfaced.
Yeah, and somebody has it out for John Gruden, obviously.
Yeah, I hope you know that.
Yeah, somebody definitely has it out for him, but it's not going to hold any water because Brother Davis, he comes from a pedigree of royalty in football, and he knows that he invested a lot of money in John Gruden. If he fired Gruden still got about six more years left on that contract that he got to pay for. So Brother Davis said, I'm going to get all that I can from this investment that I made. So we may slap him on the wrist. He may have to do some community service, you know, racial sensitivity courses.
Oh, John Gruden for the next few months is going to be the most racially sensitive white guy we can ever come across, Rev. You better believe it. He's going to be turning up the performances. Oh, boy, I just love the black power, the black speak. I am all for equal opportunities for everybody. Oh my God, I got so many black friends. I'm going to hang out with my black buddies today. I mean, it's going to be turned up for everything. So don't you worry. John Gruden going to be a good boy when it comes to race relations for the next few months. You ain't got to worry about nothing from him.
if I were an HBCU football program, I'll make a call to his agent.
Uh-huh.
If
Get
you
them
want to make this
donations,
right,
baby.
feel free to send a donation out.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you say, and don't think it won't have to say. That's what happened when they go through this. So this is the right time to be to the conduct. Hey, I'm telling you, man. That's what happened, man. Hey, Gruden gonna be the Black Lives Matter movement. It's gonna be all for John Gruden, baby.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Just a breaking news again. Arkansas scores again. 13-6 right now. Extra point on the way. All right.
Lane Kiffin. That's how you show up at home.
All right, here we go, man. So that was good 5 for 5. Great comments. And Armani, if you are still watching, let us know so we know that we can count on your picks being made in real time as we are giving our picks. All right.
Breaking news: Texas is up 28-7.
Coach, that Oklahoma pick ain't looking good, man.
They look bad. The committee is somewhere like
Gruden will do speeches at JSU.
I'm serious.
Gruden will give Howard's commencement speech.
Hey, Vincent, while you talking, don't be surprised if Gruden sent some of his scouts to some of these HBCU schools now. Don't be surprised if the Raiders draft a few HBCU players next season. I'm telling you, Gruden, it's gonna be Mark Davis too. It's gonna be both of them. They are finna step up. They are black love, okay?
Condemning public.
Yeah, they finna step it up, man. Hey, you can't. Gruden like, man, I gotta keep my checking personality, but to do that, I can't be looked at as a racist. You know, you gonna kill his rhythm. So he gotta do it now, just so he can keep his regular personality.
Gruden,
you know what I'm talking about, Red.
Black History Month. He refused to wear cotton container.
The Raiders theme song, they gonna sing, lift every voice and sing for every Raiders game. I promise you that. Rudy gonna be like, oh, I have no problem with that song.
Please move on.
Do it. Let's sing it.
Here's the last one. Gruden will have chitlins at the All right, man. That's the last one, man. The last one. We're going to jump right into where we are, make these NFL predictions, and then, okay, here it is. Gruden will buy up all of the boxes of Uncle Ben's rice and
let Vincent alone. Vincent, stop.
Oh, boy. Vincent feeling some kind of way about this one, brother. All right, here we are in our NFL predictions. Let's see what we did last week, and here we go. Red, had a bad week, boy. 6-9. Those picks didn't fall right for you, brother. Rev went 9-6. Coach went 10-5. Shelby 8-7. Armani 10-5. I think Rev pretty much knows he remains in last place. Let's see how bad it is. And here we go. Red 33-30 with a 52% winning percentage. Rev 38-25, 60%. Coach is in. Coach, that's your percentage is wrong. I apologize for that. Shelby's at 63% with a 40-23 record, and Coach and Armani have the same percentage at 67%. Please forgive the errors. That Shelby at 63%. Coach is with Armani at 67%. So right now, Coach and Armani own a 2-game lead over Shelby. 4-game lead over me, and a 9-game lead over Red.
You know,
all right, Red?
I wanted to celebrate that Jets win last week, but I couldn't because everything else went apart. I mean, that was the one thing that did work out for me last week, and everything else just fell apart. I'm sitting up here last week looking at that Jets game saying, and while the Jets were winning, I had like 3 or 4 other games where I'm losing. I'm like, man, the Jets is saving me this week, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was the worst, man. It started with the Falcons and it just went downhill from there, man. The Falcons just sat right up there and lost at the same time. I'm saying, looking at both the Jets and the Falcons simultaneously, watching the Falcons blow their lead and watching the Jets make every clutch play that the Falcons not making. God, man, you're right. That was an awful week for me, man. Awful. I don't even know. You're right. I might well pull that Rev approach last week. Just accept that I'm in last place, accept the Longhorn dinner, and just go from there. And hopefully, with the power, well, I don't want to get too religious. Yeah, but see, I'll be cheating. But yeah, with the power of God, maybe I can bounce back in this race, man. Because I don't know. I'm out of it. I'm just going to have to, like I say, I'm going for broke now. So if I get back in it, I get back in it.
Let me help you out. Remember, I was the butt of all jokes last year.
Yeah,
I walked you down. Remember, I was in bad shape last year. So understand, man, don't go uniforms will have kente cloth. Talk about John Gruden.
I got it.
So let me give you some words of advice. You still got 13 more weeks.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a chance, but for right now, I'm looking bad.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Now you go up there picking all crazy, you could make yourself out the race really by 2 weeks. So just be smart, brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just be smart about it. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Red just bought a package.
Ohio State.
Makes a call to Shakari Richardson to present her.
Oh, Marito.
Come on. Bring them all. I can take it. Let's have it. Bring it.
Oh, boy. Well,
y'all job getting to me. I can take this, okay? I can dish it out, and I can definitely take it. So bring it, Rev Night Nation. I bet y'all won't be in last place to end the season. I'm going to do what Rev did last year. I'm going to walk somebody down. It's going to be Armani or Shelby or somebody. Somebody going to get walked down.
All right, you heard it from Red. We'll see if it comes into fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, do know now that we're in week 5, we are only picking games that are relevant. The only 2 teams that are getting a pass are the 2 teams that represent this show's fan base, the Steelers and the Falcons. If they were not representative of the fan base for this particular show, the Steelers and Falcons game would not be on the slate this week. So please know that's the only reason why the Falcons as well as the Steelers game are being picked.
Bring it, Vince. Bring it, buddy. I live for this stuff. Bring it.
All right, and that's why we dish it to you, Rev. You're
Look what Thomas said.
We will hope so. Everything is.
You make this stuff up, Thomas. That's it. No more get creative.
All right, let's get to picking some games, gentlemen. The light. I'm gonna give Red some comments. Said the light is on for you, brother.
Okay. Whew, shine on me, man. Something. I need some light right now. Let me cut my light off. Maybe it'll help. Ah, too bright.
That's my boy right there.
All right, man. Here we go. Let's pick some games, man. See if what Red. Just when I wanted to pick the Jets in the upset. We're sorry, man. That's how we do business. Here we go. Let's do it. First game up as we make these NFL predictions. Jets versus the Falcons. First game. I think we'll start with Coach.
Oh, man. Okay.
What you got, Coach?
Let's see. Calvin Ridley ain't going. Russell Gage is not there. Matt Ryan, the quarterback. Oh, my gosh. But the Jets are the Jets. I'm going to stay with the Jets. I'm going to go with the Jets. I don't know what happened over there.
All right, Coach is going with the Jets. Red, you rolling with Coach?
I should roll with Coach, but I'm going against my better judgment. I'm gonna take my team overseas one more week. I mean, that's because you're right. I really have no reason to pick us. No Ridley, no run game, no defense. Arthur Smith coaching, Matt Ryan playing quarterback. Jets, they got a young up and coming quarterback. They got an opportunistic defense. They got a better running game, and they got a playmaker at receiver. But that Matt Ryan and Cordell Patterson connection been okay, so he's still playing. I'm gonna see if Matt Ryan can make it work with Cordell and Kyle Pitts overseas in London. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons completely embarrass us. But I'm gonna call myself a Falcon fan taking the Jets over the Falcons. I can't do it taking the Falcons.
I can see Kyle Pitts having a breakout game. I think this is the game that he's going to be able to prove why he was taken number 4. But I'm still going with the Jets. I don't trust Matt Ryan. I think the Jets will continue with some momentum that they gained from winning a great game against the Titans, who's a formidable opponent. And I think the Jets will carry that momentum into London, and they beat the Falcons. The
You're right.
Sports Bay is going
right.
with the Jets as well.
What?
The
I'm
Sports
surprised.
Bay is going with the Jets as well, and I don't see what I said. So,
come on, I said. What did you say?
Where are you? I said. Where are you? I said. All right, he's gone. Said it. All right, he didn't say it. Next game. Broncos versus Steelers.
And we getting these out the way, ain't we?
Who you got? Red?
Who's on me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Coach went first. Okay, my bad. I'm picking the Steelers. The Steelers at home. I'm picking Big Ben to bounce back. Now keep this in mind. Had Teddy been playing this game, I probably would have picked the Broncos. But I ain't trusting no Drew Lock.
He is playing.
No, I thought he was hurt.
No, he said he's playing.
Oh, he playing? Well, I already said Steelers, so I'm stuck with the Steelers now. I picked the Steelers to bounce back after these 2 or 3 bad weeks. I bounce back and get a win at home. If they can't get a win at home versus this Broncos team, it's definitely over with for y'all this season, Coach. Y'all lose this game, it's over with. But I'm picking y'all to win.
I'm going with the Steelers as well. I think their defense will rise to the occasion. Not so impressed with the Broncos offense. The Steelers still have that tough defense, and they'll be able to find enough points to win their second game of the year. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. The Sports Bay is going with the Steelers as well. Coach, tell us why you're going with the Steelers this week.
Stephon Tuitt is back at practice, and that's a huge defensive player that the Steelers need on that line to put a little more pressure on the on the quarterback. So, and then we getting some more people back. Claypool is back. They're getting several guys healthy at the right time, and I think that this is just the time for them to make a run. Right now, you got this Denver game, plus you got an injured Seahawks team coming up. This is their time, if they're going to do anything, to make a run. So I'm going with the Steelers, of course.
I agree, Coach. Got to do it now.
All right, next game is on me, Packers versus the Bengals. Those Bengals are playing some tough football. Coach, I don't think you're poo-pooing on the Bengals anymore, are you? They legit.
I say they starting out good. Let's see what they do. Playing some big time competition now. Yeah, they Joe Burrow is still he's one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
you can't argue with Burrow.
I'm gonna still go with the Packers. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Bengals at home. I want to say the Bengals, but I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. And I think because the Bengals are not catching teams by surprise anymore, I think this is why the Packers will rise to the occasion and beat the Bengals, even though the game is in Cincinnati. The Sports Bay is going with the Packers as well. Coach, who you rolling with?
Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. Everybody has forgotten about that first game against the Saints. And Aaron Rodgers on a mission now, so it's the Packers.
All right, I have a feeling, man, this might be one of these games that Red's going to go off the grid. Who you got, Red?
Are you crazy? Green Bay. I'm trying to come back. Falcons. I can't afford. I mean, hey, I agree. The Bengals playing good. I like Joe Burrow, but I know we talking about Aaron Rodgers right here. They on the mission right now.
All right, next game, Saints versus the Washington football team. The Sports Bay is picking the Saints. Coach, who you got?
Tough call on this one. God damn. But I'm going to have to get an
Really?
edge to the Saints by a field goal. I'll give the edge to the Saints. I think they're going to squeeze it out. Washington, I still don't trust the Heineken bottle. I mean, Taylor Heineken. I still don't know if he can be that dude. So I'm going to go with the Saints.
All right, Red, who you got?
Now, this is the one you should have been skeptical on. I'm taking the Washington football team.
Tell us why, man.
Well, they had an unexpected win versus my Falcons next week. They're going back home. If they have any hopes of getting back in this playoff race, in this division race, well, you'll beat the Saints at home, who are good, but they're not that good. They can be had if you catch them on the wrong week and they on the road. Washington, is your defense ever going to step up? This might be the week they step up and make Krabby have a bad game. I'm hoping for Krabby to have a bad game this week, and for the Heineken kid to make just as many plays as he did last week. Still don't trust the Saints defense. I still don't trust the Saints overall completely. Any team led by Krabby is liable to be beat. Washington at home, they are more physical, but they got to show it. They good on paper. They just ain't showed it on the field. I'm hoping this week they show it on the field. Go watch. Might lose anyway. I ain't got nothing to lose.
I'm going to go with the Saints. I would be more inclined to go with the Washington football team had the Saints have won last week, and they lost a bad game against the Giants. So I think they'll be focused this week. So I'm going to go with the Saints just because I don't see them losing 2 games in a row like that. So I'm going to go with the Saints.
Well, they lost that game against the Giants, though. They can lose to anybody.
Exactly. Bears versus the Raiders. Coach, who you got?
It seems like they just want Justin Fields to have to play the tough game. Want to make him a start against these tough teams that's going to be all over him rush-wise. I'm unfortunate, Justin. I'm going to have to go with the Raiders. I'm sorry. I don't think you going to be ready for what they bringing. So I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Red, are you joining Coach?
Going with the Raiders. They going back home to Vegas. Gruden had a bad week. He better get a win this week to make folks forget about stupid comments he don't made. So Raiders definitely need a win. They at home. They better get a win. You don't want to let the rookie beat you at home, even though the rookie, he's playing good. But like Coach said, just not ready to get that big-time win on the road just yet. I'm going to take the Raiders.
I'm going to go with the Raiders as well, and I think the Raiders are going to make it tough on Justin Fields. This will be another learning week for them, and I think the Raiders will bounce back from the tough loss that they experienced against the Chargers on Monday night. So give me the Raiders. Red, it's on you. Browns versus Chargers. Who you got?
I'm going with the Chargers. Finally, picking the Chargers. Thank you for giving me a time where I can pick them. Baker Mayfield suffering through a shoulder injury right now. Even though it's on his non-throwing side shoulder, you still affected your play last week. You made some awful throws last week. Probably one of the worst completion percentage games of your career last week. You and Odell still do not have chemistry after all this time. Lord, Vincent, you crazy, man. I'm taking Justin Herbert and the Chargers. They flying high right now. They're in the rhythm. They playing pretty good, and they're gonna keep it rolling at home versus the up and down, inconsistent Brady Mayfield led Browns team.
Man, I like the Browns defense, so I'm gonna go with the Browns. The win against the LA Chargers, even though it's on the road. I think this is the type of game that the Browns need to show that they are truly legit. So I could see Baker Mayfield doing just enough. The Browns have a decent running game. Get that ball to Chubb and to Kareem Hunt. And I think a good running game with their defense have enough to beat the Chargers. So I'm going to go with the Browns. Who you got, Coach? Oh, I'm sorry. The sports bear's going with the Chargers. Who you got, Coach?
I just think the Brown defense is one of the best. If they're not the best in the league, they sure close. They sure help me on my fantasy team, but they're not gonna win this game. I think Justin Herbert says he can take over the AFC West in a shocker, which everybody thought the Chiefs were gonna run away with. Chargers take over. I'm going with the Chargers.
All right. Next game is on me. 49ers versus the Cardinals.
Ugh.
Trey Lance, this is a tough time to get baptized into the NFL against this Cardinals defense. So I'll be sending up a prayer for Trey. He's going to get an NFL lesson this week. I'm going with the Cardinals, and the Sports Bay is going with the Cardinals as well. Coach, who are you going with?
I mean, no team is going to go undefeated, but the Cardinals not losing this week. Cardinals.
All right, and Red, are you making it unanimous?
Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt are putting their napkins, tucking them in like this, getting them utensils ready. They're getting ready for the Trey Lance, baby. Not going to be pretty for you. Arizona.
All right. And it's on the Sports Bay as we close this one out. Bills versus the Chiefs. She's going with Patrick, my homeboy, and the Chiefs.
Of course
win this one. Coach, who you rolling with, sir?
Oh, God. Where they playing at?
They are playing in Kansas City.
That Kansas City crowd is going to make a lot of noise. It's going to be just, oh, wow. Josh Allen, they keep talking about he is right there as being the best quarterback in the AFC. But until Patrick Mahomes has an injury that takes him out the rest of the year, it's still Mahomes. I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right, Red, I know who you're going with, but tell us why.
Good. Chiefs ain't scared nobody this year, man. Chops already went down there and got that win. The Bills finna come in there and get that win too. I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared of no Chiefs, and neither is Josh Allen. He finna come in there and prove that the Bills are the team to beat this year. And Pat Mahomes, you just one of the guys, baby. Still a great guy, but you still just one of the guys this week. Josh Allen and his Bills are finna go in there and handle some business. They're not worried about that Chiefs defense. They're finna go in there and handle business. Bills, baby. They're taking my homeboy down. You too, Real.
Yeah, get that in there.
You already know why I'm going with the Chiefs. They got Patrick Mahomes, and nobody else got Patrick Mahomes. That joker lost enough. 2 games is enough. And therefore, it's that time to go on this run. Even though the defense is not legit this year, they got enough offense in Patrick Mahomes to offset what the defense can't do.
That's my
Unlike what we got going on in Atlanta, where we got a quarterback who can't offset what the Falcons defense is not able to do. So give me the Chiefs. And that rounds out our picks for today. We'll post up those picks tomorrow before the games begin. Feel free to post all your picks down in the same thread to let us know what you are doing. All right, as we get ready to put a bow on this show, who has a right to do what, when, where, and how? Who wants at it first?
Braves, you have the right to do your thing and get back in this series and get to the NFC, National League Championship Series.
All right, and Red, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Anthony Davis, Mr. Bubblegum himself. You have a right to stop talking about it and just Be about it. You've been talking about how much weight you don't picked up this off summer, how you don't beefed up, how you ready to do your thing. Well, I want to see it, Mr. Bubblegum. He talking about he don't got bigger, Rev. He don't add a few pounds. Am I gonna see Giannis out there? I know I better see something similar, man, because all this bubblegum brittle stuff ain't happening this year for my Lakers. Anthony Davis, you have a right to show up for my Lakers. Take this team over as your own and lead us back to the playoffs, to the finals, so we can get ring 18, so my Hawks can start winning.
All right. And Atlanta Falcons, you have the right to finally follow through on when I either pick for you or against you. I picked against you, so you have the right to lose this weekend because I'm tired. Last week, I picked for you and you won. 2 weeks ago against the Giants, I picked against you and you won. I mean, come on, man. You lost, rather, against the Washington football team, and I picked for you, and then I picked against you the 2 weeks ago and you won. So you have a right to lose this week against the Jets. All right.
So you saying they've been, whatever you've been picking, they've been doing?
The opposite.
Yeah, the opposite. So you picked them to lose. Oh, man, so they might win this week. Come on, Falcons. No.
John Gruden has the right to live third places.
I told you.
And
that's going to be their song. That's the team song now.
Boy, that's a show in itself. I would love to see what Vincent Woodruff would have to say in a 30-minute segment about John Gruden and his remarks.
Oh, Lord.
Because he's let him have it the whole show. And Kelly said, no, Rev, go Falcons. All right, they can go and lose.
Go Chargers, go.
All right, everybody. That's it for the Red Rev Sports Show for this week. Thank you all so much for watching episode 207. We'll be back next week, same time, same Facebook page. Invite somebody to share with your boys, Red, Rev, and the coach.
And maybe Armani.
Episode 208. And I think at least Shelby we could count on. We don't know if Armani will be fulfilling his honeydew list next Saturday, so he might be a game time decision. With that being said,
y'all gonna have married me and hating us, man.
Everybody have a great week. Be blessed. See you episode 208 next week. Thank y'all for watching episode 207, and we're out. Peace.
See you.